One of the reasons I love ice hockey, and I played ice hockey as a kid, is they still allow fighting.
Yeah.
So I love fighting. I like debates. I would rather, though, for the Republicans that they unite a little bit more and not make it a war. But ultimately, we know where it's headed. It's going to be a war.
But to me, if you care about the ideas, and I know you do,
I do.
Then at the end of the day, I think the fight, it's like a fight between brothers. At the end of the day, you get the fight, you get all your testosterone out, and then you come together. And
that's why I train mixed martial arts, for that reason.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and Hannity called on his inner hockey rage in a recent episode of his morning show, but was off sides and spent most of his time offending everyone. The Fox host talked about loving to play hockey as a kid because they still allowed fighting, and boy did he love fighting. Hannity continued in this aggressive approach and talked about how he prepared with mixed martial arts for the upcoming war between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis.
I fear for how bad it's going to get. I hope that it can be, and I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I've been a Trump supporter for a long time. 2016, 2020, if he's our nominee, I'll go harder for him than I ever have before. I will say this, though. What Trump needs to convince his supporters of is that he can win an election. He needs to do that. Instead of just taking cheap shots at Ron DeSantis, he needs to say, I can win more so than a Ron DeSantis. But I think we all know, no matter who jumps into this race, it is Ron versus Don. That is it. Everybody else is in there to raise their name ID. None of them are going to be serious contenders. We're waiting for that battle royale, and we hope that the best man with the best policies wins, and then the other one join together, and let's take back the White House.
Hannity tried to project his tough guy image in spite of sporting a new controversial hairstyle and the 3 pounds of makeup hanging from his baggy face. The only thing that Hannity has ever fought was the truth. Despite Rupert Murdoch admitting that Fox lied and knew they lied, the Fox cast has been eager to continue down the path of deception and trickery. Tomi Lahren jumped in the middle of the conversation like a cannonball and said that she would go hard for Trump, but scolded the orange loser for going after Ron DeSantis. She wants them to behave like brothers, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Let me ask this question. I've never witnessed in my lifetime any one politician be smeared, slandered, besmirched, attacked like Donald Trump has been. I've never seen this, witnessed this in my life. Whoever the nominee is, it will happen to that nominee if it is Donald Trump. How much will the American people factor in the unfairness of the never-ending attacks against Donald Trump in terms of why he's combative, why he sends out those tweets, why he fights as hard as he does? Because he's attacked more than anybody. How much will that factor in people's minds?
I think it also helps him because the Trump loyalists are going to be loyal to Trump because they want to avenge 2020. So as much as we know the media lies on Trump more than anybody else, and he's had to fight battle after battle, unfair hurdle after unfair hurdle, I think that has also galvanized a lot of support behind him, people that want to see him get that revenge. But is that best for our country? We're going to have to decide.
During a CNN panel last week, a First Amendment attorney described the magnitude of the $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit against Fox. He said that Fox is facing an existential financial disaster. Despite facing disaster, they are staying true to their snakes that they have become. Hannity and Tomi Lahren virtually eliminated every other contender from the Republican side except for Trump and DeSantis in 2024. It seems that Fox is not interested in any other candidates except for the orange stain and the Florida meathead. They've laid out their strategy, and it doesn't include any fairness in reporting. Fox is not interested in the truth, and their bias in reporting will be on display for all to see. It's a real shame that they have devolved into a propaganda channel, but things like that happen without a fairness doctrine in place.
You know, a leopard can't change its spots. Trump is going to have to stay Trump. We just hope that he fights the left. And he fights the drug cartels, and he fights China. Don't fight Ron DeSantis, because Ron DeSantis, at the end of the day, is a Trump supporter. So you don't need to fight him. We need him. No matter which one is the nominee, we need them both. Ron DeSantis is still going to be the future of our party, whether he runs in as our nominee or not. He is still someone that we need. So I would tell Trump, don't cut him off at the knees, even if you want to be the nominee, because we still need Ron DeSantis. You are stronger together.
We're all hoping that Fox gets what's coming to them, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.